Good afternoon, and welcome to the 5th Annual Best Places to Work Inland Northwest Celebration. I'm Gary Stokes. I'm your MC for the evening, and I'm also President and General Manager of KSPS Public Television. We're really glad you joined us this afternoon, if only via the magic of Zoom, to help celebrate 35 employers that have demonstrated what it means to create a workplace and culture where employees can thrive. Now, despite the fact that we're all suffering from a little teeny tiny bit of Zoom fatigue, for example, this is the first time I've left the house with real clothes on in quite some time, I'm very happy to report that we have more than 450 registered attendees today, which should tell us a lot about how important this subject is, and perhaps more importantly, our community's desire to celebrate everything we can. Now, since we're on Zoom, I will not ask you to silence your cell phones as I normally would, but instead, I want you to get them out and tweet, or Facebook, or Instagram, or whatever you like about this great celebration using the hashtag BestPlacesINW. And because we have an action-packed program for you today, let's get to it. These events aren't possible without great organizations stepping up to be sponsors. As Paul Reed tells me, he couldn't convene community conversations like this without important financial support. So we'd like to thank those sponsors now. We have two major founding sponsors for this event, and when I say founding sponsors, they've sponsored each of the 5 years the Journal of Business has hosted the Best Places to Work program. I'm going to address each of them separately. First is Providence Healthcare, which is such an important part of our community, and today, thanks to technology, we have Peg Curry, COO of Providence Healthcare, with us. Good afternoon, Peg.
Hi, I'm Peg Curry, Chief Executive Officer for Providence Healthcare. Well, we are certainly dealing with a much different event this year. I'm pleased that the Journal of Business has continued with their Best Places to Work program. At Providence, we look forward to this event where we can support our region's best employers. Your organizations are a big reason that we love to live and work in Spokane. We are a founding sponsor of the Inland Northwest Best Places to Work program, and we're proud of this commitment, now in its 5th year. We're honored to be part of this event because it celebrates employee engagement. That's very important to Providence. With a long history that started more than 130 years ago, Providence now has more than 9,000 caregivers throughout the Inland Northwest that provide the best and most advanced medical care to our region. We can't be together this year due to COVID, and so many things look different now than they did last year. But one thing that remains the same is Spokane's amazing business community's drive and passion. Through the pandemic, I have loved to see local businesses come together to support each other during very stressful times. What you do each day shows us that we can endure because our community's ordinary is actually extraordinary. So thank you for celebrating with us. We're joining together to lift up those in our community who are making Spokane a truly wonderful place to work and live.
Thank you, Peg, and thanks again to Providence for supporting this great event. Our other major founding sponsor is the Inland Northwest Society of Human Resources Management, or INSHRM. That organization has been very active in our community on a host of critical issues impacting both employees and employers. Today, also digitally, we have April O'Hare, President of INSHRM, to provide us with another sponsor message. Hi, April.
Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I am April O'Hare, President of the Board for the Inland Northwest Society of HR Management, also known as INSHRM. INSHRM represents the Greater Spokane and North Idaho regions as a local affiliate of the Global Society for HR Management, SHRM. SHRM is the world's largest HR professional society representing 300,000 members in over 165 countries around the world. INSHRM's mission locally is to drive the advancement of the human resource profession, and we achieve this as a not-for-profit group by providing members with timely and relevant education, professional certifications, diversity outreach, and networking opportunities. If you're an HR professional in the Inland Northwest, we encourage you to join us and become a member. INSHRM is also a proud founding sponsor of the Best Places to Work Inland Northwest, and we are so pleased to have each of you present today to celebrate our award winners. Obviously, this has been an extraordinary year of challenges for organizations, and in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, I have been thrilled to see my HR colleagues jump into action in so many incredible ways. Leaders have leaned in more than perhaps ever before on their HR teams and departments of one to navigate the ever-changing waters of regulation, employee care and safety, and so many other business matters that support morale and engagement throughout some difficult times. And it makes me so proud to be part of the human resource profession. This work is what we do. And as we celebrate our best places to work, I want to give a special shout out to the HR teams that have helped our companies to create a better workplace and therefore a better world in a time where engagement may not always be top of mind, but is more important than ever. You should be so proud this year to be a winner of the best places to work. With that, I want to say cheers to all of you on behalf of the Inland Northwest Society of HR Management, and a big congratulations to our 2020 Best Places to Work winners. Your work makes a difference.
Thank you, April, and thanks to InSherm for everything you do. We also have some great in-kind sponsors again this year. Thank you so much to Little Fish Productions, which again did such a great job on the finalist videos you'll see soon, and Greater Spokane Incorporated, which helped get the word out about best places to work and has been front and center leading this community during the pandemic. Thank you to both of these great sponsors, and please join me in applause back in your home or office. Okay, I guess you're done. So now we're going to try something interesting. I understand some of the finalists this afternoon have organized watch parties out there in the Zoom ether. We're going to attempt to make them live on this program for a moment. So bear with us as we take a look at what's happening at their homes and offices. Take it away, Zoom.
Well, good afternoon. And what a great day it is. It's so gratifying to know that so many of you chose to spend a Wednesday afternoon happy hour with us, and I hope you're having a happy hour. This is definitely a day of celebration. The organizations that have participated in the Best Places to Work process this year, and many of you are in the virtual audience today, deserve tremendous respect for your recognition that the success of your organizations depends on the success and engagement of your employees. That, I believe, is especially true today and this year, as each of us have had to rethink how we communicate, how we support, how do we encourage, and how do we motivate employees who often are working remotely and during this pandemic and are isolated from the normalcy of a workplace environment. Add to that all the pressures that they're under in this world. Their life's been turned upside down. Their jobs sometimes have been turned upside down. Your job to make them feel more comfortable is ever more important. What we know is that employees everywhere have stepped up to the challenge. And from what I'm seeing from the 35 organizations we will be honoring here shortly, you as employers have stepped up to serve your workforces well. For you, I have great respect. The very cool thing about the Best Places to Work is it's not a popularity contest. It's not even a juried contest. The organizations being honored here today got here because of their employees scoring them high enough in a very comprehensive survey. That, my friends, is about as pure as it gets. Here today to tell us a little bit about the process is Peter Burke, president of Best Companies Group, the national research firm we've hired to help conduct these surveys. Please join me wherever you are in giving a warm Spokane welcome to Peter Burke.
Thank you for that introduction and greetings from my home in a town called It Doesn't Really Matter. All I know is that COVID-19 has prevented us from celebrating the best places to work inland Northwest in person like we normally do. But fret not. We are still in the virtual presence of greatness. We still want to celebrate you, and this award is perhaps more meaningful than it ever has been before. Our firm was once again honored to be the research partner for this designation. If this was the normal live event, I would say something like, the best places to work are in the house. Are you ready to celebrate? Woohoo! Now that seems a bit awkward from my home, and my family is probably wondering what the heck is going on in here, but I am totally okay with that. While this virtual event has us all tuning in from home, it does not lessen the importance and excitement of this awesome achievement. So congratulations. This award is unlike any other. Simply put, you're being recognized for creating workplaces where your employees love to come to work. But beyond that, you are being honored for being the best of the best. Now, our research is teaching us that more than ever before, organizations are focusing on increasing employee engagement, which is awesome. It is really great to see the increased emphasis on the employee experience. However, even though many are getting better, only a select few will receive this kind of recognition, and that includes the winners tuning in today. Our firm, Best Companies Group, conducted the two-part assessment process for all who applied. 25% of that evaluation was based upon benefits you offer and the cool things you are doing for your employees. This part is fun. Each year I find new and cool things employers are doing. Some of my favorites include themed dress code days, bring your parent to work day, and solar eclipse celebration day. Will celebrating the fact that it's Tuesday be next? I don't know, probably, but these are kinds of benefits that make a huge difference. Now, the other 75% of the evaluation was from part 2 of the assessment, the employee engagement survey. To recognize workplace greatness credibly, you must ask the employees directly and anonymously what they think, and that is exactly what we did. According to most research firms, between 35 and 40% of U.S. employees are considered engaged or connected to their employer. How good are you? The winners compared to that 35%? Well, the answer is pretty darn good. How about 92% good? Can I get a whoop whoop? Okay, that was awkward again, but totally deserved. As a result of this remarkable work, your brand as an employer is getting stronger. You will win the battle for talent, you will enjoy reduced turnover, and you'll receive better qualified job candidates. Now, where is the bad news in all of that? As I wrap up, I just want you to realize that while many organizations are struggling to find the excellence in this new normal, you are different. Excellence has been normal for you for a long time. So congratulations to you, the best places to work, Inland Northwest for 2020. Thanks for having me, and please, please, please be safe. Cheers.
Thank you, Peter. And now it is my great honor to present to you our 2020 Best Places to Work Inland Northwest. These are 35 incredible employers, and I want you to know how difficult it is to make this list. So while we're going to honor in a few minutes the top scoring employers in 4 size categories, each and every one of these 35 companies should feel tremendous pride for their accomplishments. In my mind, they're all winners. Here we go in alphabetical order. 4 Degrees, Aeroflight Inc., Alliance Data, ALSC Architects, Bay Shore Systems Inc., Canopy Credit Union, Career Path Services, Community Link Consulting Inc., and Community Minded Enterprises. Join me also in congratulating Caspian, formerly called eTails, Ex-Babylon IT Solutions, Fatbeam, Gallagher, Healthcare Resource Group, Inland Power and Light Company, Insight, Intrinium, and Lee and Hayes. And let's also congratulate the following companies: Lighted Construction, Mariman Health, Northwest Farm Credit Services, Northwest Specialty Hospital, Northwestern Mutual Inland Northwest, Numerica Credit Union, Nuvodia, Paytrace, and People. And last but definitely not least, please join me in congratulating Point Pest Control, Precision Cutting Technologies, Precision Tax, Progressions Credit Union, Purcell Systems, Wren and Associates, Spokane Housing Authority, and Washington Trust Bank.
To quote Peter, woo woo, because it's time to get to the awards. Now, I have to tell you, it's a little strange to do this virtually, but I'm going to ask a favor. When you hear the name of your organization, I want you to yell and scream real loud in your own home or office. Yep, seriously, really, yell real loud. And when someone asks you later what all the commotion was about, it'll be a good time for you to humble brag. So without further delay, here are the names of the 3 organizations that scored highest in the small employer category in this year's Best Places to Work program. A small employer is an employer that has 99 employees or fewer. In alphabetical order, the finalists are Community-Minded Enterprises, Intrinium, and People. Let's find out some more about these finalists.
We're a family of programs that are linked together by values. And so across the organization, we feel connected that way. We have values that work-life balance be in place for our employees. So we want to be sure that whatever we're asking them to do fits with their life as well, especially now that these challenges are even more severe than they were before. Mid-March to just leave and have everybody have to go and be in their own home and set them all up was quite the thing. And, oddly enough, I think we're more connected now than we were maybe before. When you come to work for us, we ask a lot of questions about what it is that's going to help you be comfortable. We onboard people thoroughly and try to make them feel comfortable with all the services that we provide. If our employee feels that they are the reason why that service is excellent, then they provide excellent service. So everything we can do to help that employee understand that and feel that is important.
In this world that we live in right now, there's a rampant increase in fraud around e-commerce transactions, which has been a dramatic increase in as everyone's been stuck at home and ordering online. And all that plays to our strengths and what our customers use our data for. So you feel good about what you're doing. And so for me, that's important. I think it's important for most people, because when you go and spend, 40 plus hours a week doing something, hopefully it's something you like and it's meaningful to you personally. But I think what makes people a little bit different than some of the companies I've worked for in the past is they try to bring the family into it. People have these events throughout the year. Could be a Christmas event, could be a summer picnic. It's a way to bring that extended family into the company and say, hey, this is what I do every day. This is what I'm proud of. This is what I build. And you got to like what you're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to throw much of your energy and passion into it.
A lot of our work usually requires some kind of travel or going to customer sites. So obviously there's not a lot of that this year. So we've had to change the way we do business a little bit, do a lot more remote work and, work with our clients to have them kind of be hands for a lot of the technology work we're doing. And then we do a lot of the consulting and remote access. But as I've gone through and done one-on-ones with all of the employees, the feedback I've received consistently is, how about we never go back to the office? What if we just went in like a day a week and did work from home for the rest of it? So I seem to be really enjoying the new dynamic. We made a very specific effort to try to replicate some pieces of that environment. On Friday afternoons, we'll typically host some kind of like trivia or watch a movie together and make fun of it, or like whatever, some kind of thing to get people engaged that's separate from the tech and that's more about the people interacting. And that's helped us keep a lot of our culture intact. In our business, we're not building widgets. We're really, selling expertise, and the quality of people and their happiness in the job comes from having a work environment that they enjoy and that they are energized by and that doesn't take energy from them. And so we put that effort into it to try to maintain that energy so that they can provide a good client experience ultimately.
And the top scoring employer in the small employer category is People.
Wow, that's amazing. I wasn't expecting that. Very, very thankful for that, and very thankful that as a company in these trying these times that we're in, we've actually been able to thrive and actually grow and hire more people and provide something of value to the world around us. So thank you for that vote. And wow, I'm amazed. Thanks.
Hi, it's Paul Reed, Congratulations to people and all three finalists. You know, we've collected a lot of data in the past 5 years that helps differentiate great employers from good ones. Here, employees score their organizations. On the subject of leadership and planning, employees of companies that made the list gave their employer an 88% approval rating, while those of companies that didn't make the list gave their employer an approval rating of just 68% on that subject. Similarly, on relationship with their supervisor, workers of companies that made the list gave a 91% approval rating, while only 82% of those of companies that didn't make the list gave a positive approval. When voicing their approval on their pay and benefits, 87% gave a positive rating at employers that made the list, while companies that didn't, 76% approved. Back to you, Gary.
We'll have more of Paul's Fast Facts in just a few minutes after we announce the winner of the next category, and that's the medium employer category. And here are the names of the three organizations that scored highest among medium employers. In alphabetical order, the finalists are Lee and Hayes, Leidig Construction, and Merrymen Health. Let's find out more about them.
I love working at Merrymen Health, and I just tell people, if you want to shine, you want to work here. If you want resources and ability to have hopes and dreams, you want to work here. Because in working at Merrymen Health, no idea is a bad idea. And although we can't push forward every idea, ideas are heard, they're listened to, often considered and implemented. If your heart is in service and your heart is in making changes, Merrymen Health helps set that platform for you to do that. And I think that's a blessing in working at Merrymen Health, is in knowing that no matter what it is that you're bringing, that Merrymen Health looks for the strength in every single person, helps them pull and draw from that strength, and just deliver day after day after day, because we care. We care about individuals, we care about their families, we care about their real well-being. And with caring about them as people, it's doing everything we can creatively to help them meet all their needs, not just that of their duties at work.
It was scary at first. I mean, it really was. You fast forward, I mean, it's just amazing to me that it's been 6 months. You know, one of the things with being a great employer is, in order to be a great employer, you have to be a healthy business. It's coupled with leadership and a desire to really invest in people and to understand the importance of the people for your business. I mean, people have just done absolutely spectacular and have been able to really sort of created a number of different initiatives to sort of help drive engagement and put together different sort of competitions and plans. The participation has just been spectacular. I mean, like one week we'll have recreate a famous work of art and do that. Another week we'll have an exercise challenge. Another week we'll have sort of, scavenger hunts and all the different little things to sort of help drive that engagement and going through and keep people connected. But at the end of the day, from a cultural perspective, I mean, I feel like we're as connected as we've ever been. I couldn't be more proud of our people in the firm.
In 1996, I finally had the opportunity to begin running the company and brought in a team of 3 other individuals. We pretty much immediately came to the realization that we knew that our most important asset was our employees. And so we just focused on things that we could do that would energize them, motivate them, empower them to be as good as they could be. You know, we work hard at Leidig to create a family feel, a family culture, to, you know, that we all feel like we're part of the Leidig family. And it's palpable. A lot of what we do is based on teams, and it's really beneficial if they feel like they're connected at a higher level.
And the top scoring employer in the medium employer category is Leidig.
thank you, everybody. I am excited and honored to accept this on behalf of Lightig. My name is Lisa Shire. I'm a project manager here. I've been here for about 14 years, which might seem like a lot to some people, but we have a lot of people here that are in the 30 to 40-year range. So I'm relatively new, kind of amongst company here. And really, as Larry said, the people and the culture at Lightig are really important. It's what first drew me to Lightig, and is one of the main reasons why I'm still here and why we keep people for 30 to 40 years. So even though I'm just one of many, I want to say thank you on behalf of everybody at Lightig Construction. So thank you.
Hi, Paul again. Congratulations to Lightig Construction and to all three finalists. Well done. Here's more of what we've learned. When asked if they agree with the statement, "I trust that if I do good work, I will be considered for promotion," 74% of employees of companies that made the list said yes, while only over half agreed from organizations that didn't make the list. On the statement, "This organization gives enough recognition for work that is well done," 82% of workers of companies that made the list agreed, while only 63% agreed at organizations that didn't make the list. And when given the statement, "I believe there is a spirit of cooperation within the organization," a whopping 90% agreed from employers that made the list, while only 69% agreed at companies that did not. Interesting stuff. Back to you, Gary.
Thanks, Paul. Now, our next award is in the large employer category. Here are the names of the three organizations that scored highest among large employers. In alphabetical order, the finalists are Northwest Farm Credit Services, Northwest Specialty Hospital, and Numerica Credit Union. Want to know more? Just watch.
We are here to enhance life and build dreams and build communities for our members, for our team members, and for our communities. I really believe that all of the work we've done for years to create a culture where people are engaged, they're aligned with our mission, they understand where we're going, why we're going there, and they just step up to the occasion time after time after time. In the midst of COVID, there's virtual bingo nights and virtual meetings, town halls. We had over Easter a department that took customized Easter eggs with little things for every member of the family, for every team member, and went out and hid them in their front yards. They go out of their way to help people comfort them during these times and to keep connected. And I'm really proud of what they do every single day on the behalf of Numerica and our members and each other.
We ultimately are all about patients. One of our mottos, patients first. And the most effective patient care happens when people are valued, people are heard, and people are engaged. We had the initial lockdown season come through, and it's impacted us in a positive way, where it's really allied several parts of our organization that maybe wouldn't necessarily work together to all of a sudden come together and really brainstorm and make effective decisions. And a lot of our departments were already masking. We just have to be very high level of communication and high level of empathy as well for our staff, and trying to, from an HR standpoint, that's my role as an HR director, is I try to provide a safe place for folks. Maintaining that work family is really, really valuable, and we cherish that. So we want to keep that going. We love our employees at Northwest. So.
We use this idea of lead, learn, grow, and change. That's kind of a tagline that we use, and I think it's really important, and that people understand that we care about ability to grow and change and develop. The pandemic's really pressured us on this front, because we were a community that did like to come into the office, and we were one of the first companies to very early in the pandemic to start to work from home. And it's kind of fun. Some of the teams that work in the division that I have the pleasure of leading they'll have a 5 o'clock happy hour where everybody gets on and they share some stories from the week and those kinds of things. We have a lot of people that are aligned behind what we do. That purpose-driven organization means so much. And I believe that the vast majority of the 700 plus people that work in our organization believe that they're doing something valuable. And I think that is what makes it a special place to work.
And the top scoring employer in the large employer category is Northwest Farm Credit Services.
Thanks, Gary. Oh, wow, this is a real honor. My name is Candy Castile, and I have worked at Northwest Farm Credit for 24 years, and I have to agree, it is the best place to work. Thank you, Paul Reed and the Journal of Business, Providence, and Insurm for conducting the Best Places to Work survey again this year, and to STCU, Avista, and Women Lead for sponsoring this event. It is refreshing to know that the work of seeking out great workplaces continues and that we can still have a party despite these strange circumstances. Congratulations to our fellow nominees and category winners. Your continued pursuit of excellence is foundational to the thriving business community we have the privilege of operating in, and we are honored to be included among you. To my colleagues at Northwest Farm Credit, you are simply amazing. Thank you for your daily pursuit to serve and your commitment to each other. In closing, I wanted to share a thought that I heard this morning while attending another virtual industry conference. The context of the comment was an encouragement from the moderator of a panel discussing diversity and inclusion in a very white, very male-dominated industry. Dr. Thomas Easley said, "Put your action where your heart is." I think that sentiment applies to the reason all of you have been invited and honored here today and are standing apart from your peers. You put your action where your heart is, and that creates great outcomes for your employees, their families, those you serve, and your community. We at Northwest Farm Credit Services are incredibly grateful for this recognition. Thank you.
Wow. Congratulations to Northwest Farm Credit Services. That's 5 years in a row. An American Northwest Specialty Hospital, you are both fantastic employers. Congrats to you too. Here's one last slide of what we've learned from 5 years of data. When asked if they agree with the statement, the leaders of this organization are open to input from employees. 88% of employees of companies that made the list said yes, while just 68% agreed from organizations that didn't make the list. That's a telling delta. On the statement, "I have an understanding of how this organization is doing financially," 85% of workers of companies that made the list agreed, while only 69% agreed at organizations that didn't make the list. That's all about good communication, folks. And given the statement, I feel this organization has created an environment where I can do my best work. Again, 89% agreed with employers that made the list, while 73% agreed at companies that didn't. Isn't that what it's all about? Creating the right environment? Back to you, Gary.
Thanks, Paul, and thank you for another great segment of Fast Facts with Paul. Our final award today is in the Enterprise Employer category. Here are the names of the 3 organizations that scored highest among large employers. In alphabetical order, the finalists are Gallagher, Insight, and Washington Trust Bank. Let's find out more about them.
We live by a set of values that are hunger, heart, and harmony. And those are words that aren't just on a poster somewhere at the office. They're really the way that we show up, we live, we work each and every day. We were able to very quickly mobilize our workforce and get people at home, set up in a good environment so they could continue to work. We maintain a very close contact with our team. We realize that it's more than just getting the laptop set up. They've got kids that are doing online school, and we've got toddlers that need mom's attention, and really having that flexibility to allow our teammates the time and the ability to take care of their families as well as themselves. I've always felt that we not only work together and work hard, but we do life together. We share in one another's joys and celebrate them, as we grieve with one another when we go through hard times. I think many of us come to Insight looking for a career or a job, but we stay because we found a home.
It's interesting because we're all in the boat, this same boat together. Entirely new virtual and crazy pandemic-ridden world we're living in. It's unusual for everybody, from virtual happy hours to impromptu get-togethers for socially safe and acceptable, coffees and lunch breaks and things like that. And we've been able to manage our culture pretty well in this virtual environment just by the intentionality of us reaching out, connecting with folks, doing random gift drops to employees' houses that live in the local area. Anything we can do to stay connected to our people. And it's kind of interesting because as a consulting firm, our job is to help advise and support businesses, particularly their people. Well, for the first time ever, we as consultants supporting people for businesses are in the same boat trying to figure it out at the same time. So we've had to evolve ourselves to support businesses in a way we didn't even anticipate. But we've done it, and we've done it in a miraculous way. And I've been really, really proud of our team for doing that.
This pandemic has brought us all into a place where we're all dealing with something very individual, right? Our family life is combining with our work life, and it has really allowed us to fully deploy our philosophy of empowering people to be flexible. Our employees are our greatest asset, and so we know that by empowering them to take care of each other on their teams and be flexible, that they can extend that grace to our clients. You can say you have a great culture, but when that's backed up by people truly giving back to the community, volunteering, supporting one another, the proof is in those actions. And I see that every day at Washington Trust Bank. I see people giving people grace, especially during this pandemic, but I don't think we could have given each other as much grace during the pandemic if we didn't have those strong levels of camaraderie and commitment to excellence and commitment to each other prior to having to all go off-site and work from home environment.
Congratulations to all the nominees in that category. And the top scoring employer in the Enterprise Employer category is Insight.
Well, thank you very much. On behalf of Insight, I'm just so excited, and I know I speak for all of our teammates when we tell you how excited we are to be here this afternoon and to be among all these amazing companies. I mean, each and every one of you are astounding in your own way. And so congratulations to everybody on truly an amazing accomplishment. I've been with Insight about 22 years now, and that's just not that uncommon at our company to have that kind of longevity. Our teammates are what truly make this company special. They embrace our culture and live it on a daily basis. Our culture consists of, hunger, heart, and harmony. And those aren't just words, like I said in the video that we have on a poster somewhere, but they're how we show up each and every day. They're how we live and how we work. So a special shout out to our Spokane teammates. I know some of you are online. Congratulations. This is all about you, this recognition and award. And I couldn't be more proud, and we thank you so much.
What a great afternoon this has been. Let's give all of today's finalists and winners one more round of virtual applause for their example to all of us for what a best place to work looks like. Round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This time, we want you to yell so loud that your neighbors think happy hour got very happy and that we can hear you all the way here in our very special hermetically sealed bunker so that we can bring this to you without interruption. Let's also once again recognize all 35 organizations for earning the title of Best Place to Work. That's a very heavy lift, and they deserve a lot of praise for all of their work, and more importantly, the work of all their employees and their teams. And of course, a big thank you to today's sponsors, Providence Healthcare, Inland Northwest Society of Human Resource Management, INSHRM, Little Fish Productions, Greater Spokane Incorporated, and since they're not going to pull me off this lectern, I'm going to keep going. Since I have the mic, let me thank other people. Paul wanted me to thank his Best Places to Work committee, Brian Fix, Julie Orchard, Wade Larson, April O'Hare, Mike Church, and Suzanne O'Neill, without whom this program would not have been possible. And to the Journal of Business team, some of whom have become technicians right here in this room, and they've been doing a bang-up job. And if any of them are looking for work in the television industry, I know a place. So, as we've all pivoted to virtual events, we're all learning more about what it's like to be working in one place and wishing you were in another. And I think through all of this, what a lot of us have learned is how much we really enjoy being with coworkers, and more importantly, being able to have coworkers to join in with. We hope that as things go forward and as things we hope get better, this time next year we'll all be in person again and you'll get to hear and laugh at all of my jokes. So thank you all for being part of this event today. Go out, drink responsibly, and Zoom carefully. But before you do, watch for an email link tomorrow to this year's Best Places to Work supplement, as well as a recording of this event. Thank you for attending today, and we are adjourned.